And I've been joined by Adam Freeman-Pax to watch the next race, a heat of the Temple Challenge Cup.
Attention.
University of the West of England against King's School, Queensland, Australia.
Attention. Go.
And the well-known voice of Matthew Pinson then getting them off cleanly, first time of asking.
Yeah, Sarah, it looks great here actually seeing two University 8s compete against each other here. We've got University of West of England on the left and King's College, Queensland, Australia on the right. Both crews really hammering it off there. King's College, Queensland, Australia potentially the stronger crew on form, given that they're the under-19 Australia champions. But, you know, University of West of England can't be counted out as well. I mean, they're best of the West. They won their Bristol UE varsity boat race. And, I mean, they're hanging in there at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. UE, as they're known in the rowing circuit, they've come out here, they're pressing on, but they have met the Australians in the first round. And it'll be interesting to see how these Australians have travelled. We reckon they won't be worrying so much about the heat. Some of the Scottish I was speaking to earlier, they were bemoaning this wonderful day here at Henley Regatta, but it's a fantastic day. You can see the crowds beginning to gather all the way along the course. It really is a unique event.
That is true, yeah. I've heard today is meant to be one of the hottest days for 10 years, so it's well suited to Australians, as you said. So these guys in the UE boat, actually, they were, you know, they competed in the PA last year and a couple of them in the visitors, so they have raced a few times at Henley. Not so sure about the Australians. I think this might be one of the more recent times their trips over.
Yeah, it's great to see King's College, Queensland there. And Adam, I'm noticing there the length, the stern pair, the two guys driving the boat, sitting on the left-hand side of the pictures there, the length they're getting is just phenomenal, and that's what's making their boat move out just so quickly.
For sure, yeah, particularly into this headwind. I mean, you really do need that length of stroke. They're just leaning back on it that bit further than UE.
And University of West England there in the red, white and black strip. Red tops. You can see that stroke guy completely concentrated there. Samuel Perrin, as we're looking at him there, tongue out, he was just pressing his boat on, making sure he'd hit his rhythm.
He was, and you can really see the surge off the wake off the back of the coaching launch there.
Yeah, absolutely. And Matthew Pinson, the umpire there, he just warned the Australians. He felt that they were coming over a little bit towards King's College and being warned there so they would move on. But this race is getting quite tight there, Adam.
It is developing well, actually, isn't it? UE have found some more speed, actually. I think, as you were commenting earlier, that the length of stroke in Australian boat, maybe they're just sort of letting it peter out a little bit too much and going a bit too relaxed, because I think UE have sort of really sort of cottoned on that they need to get themselves back into this race.
Yeah, absolutely. Ed Dean, Graham Hunter, Amadi, Charlie Evans, Richard Laneley, William Sadar, Charlie James, Samuel Perrin and their coach Georgina Taylor, they've come here for a race. They've absolutely made sure that they've got into their heat and they're making a good running now, and this is going to be a fantastic race.
Yeah, this is a lot closer than what we expected. We just see the two-man in the UE boat struggling a little bit there, but I think he's got it back under control.
Yeah, what you're noticing now, Adam, is the blade work. It's a little bit less tidy, is what you're telling me. A little bit tidier here as we look at this blue and yellow boat, the blue and gold of King's College, Queensland. You know, they still get that length, don't they? And their blade work is pretty tidy there.
That's right, although they don't look quite as comfortable as earlier. That stroke man was looking over, as actually it looks like UE have sort of begun to take the lead.
Yeah, this is a fantastic race. It's turning out to be one of the corkers. We've had a crew lead off with the Australians, and then now it's the University of West of England who's coming back through them. And that stroke man, his tongue is still out. He's pressing his crew on, and the crowd are going to be absolutely behind this one.
Yeah, this is fantastic for UE to get this position in this part of the course. Just, you know, just before it gets quiet, before the enclosures settle things down, before you have to turn the thrusters on for the sprint for the finish.
And it really is one of those moments as we look at that UE boat, the length and the strength in there, but it is this moment for the Australian crew. If King's College, Queensland, Australia are going to move on, they need to make a movement now.
Yeah, this is quite a decisive stage here. If they don't really put something in, this could be quite tricky to pull back.
Yeah, and here we have a very good race here. It is a heat at the Temple Challenge Cup. King's College, Queensland, Australia. They're in the colour, it says on the programme, the white strip, but actually when we look at them, it's blue and it's yellow. And University of West England in the red, white and black strip. And it's the University of West England that have really made the better of this second half of the race. And looking at the Australians now, heads are almost down. It's going to be an interesting last 2 minutes for that crew as they go past the milepost.
You could see that in their eyes, couldn't you, Slade? The guys in the middle of the boat, they weren't really feeling it. I mean, they've really got to get themselves fired up if they're going to overhaul this. What is it now? It's just over a length lead.
Yeah, I think it's a length and a half looking at the milepost board. Those numbers on that get lifted, they tell us how far apart the crews are. It's in a length and a half, and it's the University of West England, the King's College, Queensland, Australia. They went out there, they got a really fast start, they got a really long start, but it's the crew from the University of West of England that has made the best of the second half of the race and are pulling away.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, they had us duped at the beginning. I think we were really backing them as well, looking at the stats, but they've really, UE have really overturned this. It's a great first round for them.
And it's interesting because according to their Charles James, the best coaching mark he's heard is the mushroom cloud. Charles James, he's in the 7th seat of the UE boat, and I think what they were trying to do is see that mushroom cloud in the in the King's College Queensland boat, and you know, Queen's College, they look better together now. They're coming past the crowds, but the damage is done.
I think you're right there, Sarah. They definitely had a front row seat to watching that mushroom cloud today. That's a great job from those guys, and you can hear the applause from the spectators in the enclosures.
And actually the guys need to concentrate now, just noticing the athletes beginning to look out the boat, make sure of what's going on around. They just need to keep their concentration, make sure of the wind before they start to celebrate.
Yeah, they look quite relaxed now as they're winding it in. I think they're really there was quite a big fight for the race during the middle there, and I think it's just been a bit too much for the Australians.
And there we have the University of West of England coming through the finish line, winning that heat, the Temple Challenge Cup. And it's now that King's College, Queensland, Australia, they've come through, pressing their way there.